is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about the Chicago Bulls and their top 10 pick, top 7 to be exact. Coby White, as you know, majority of you guys that subscribe to me know that I'm a fan of Coby White getting drafted. I did not want him to go to the Chicago Bulls. I actually thought it'd be a good pickup if Phoenix ended up getting him, just because at that point they didn't have Ricky Rubio, and we really didn't know what they was going to do with their point guard situation. I'm looking like you got a point guard that can really help your offense out, a guy that can get up and down the court, a guy that can knock down threes off the dribble or with his feet set. Plus, he's just a guy that gives you an injection of energy. He comes in, he really changes the tempo of the game, and he really do make a difference. And even though he was a young point guard, so they was going to continue to lose, just because as we see in Chicago, he hasn't been the most consistent player, which I kind of figured he wouldn't be in his rookie year, just because he has to get used to the speed of the game. He has to get used to how they're going to defend him, how they're going to guard him. And I feel like he handled it okay so far. And another reason why he's having a weird year, just because he's not getting consistent minutes, which makes sense because he comes off the bench, so he's not going to be consistently being utilized the same way, because it depends on what team you're going against and how injuries are. But I feel like even though Coby White shooting 37% from the field, which isn't good, is really bad because you want to at least shoot above 45, and he's far from that. But as a rookie, what did we really expect Coby White to do? We knew he wasn't the most athletic guy. We knew he didn't have the most clean jump shot. We knew he didn't have a master ability to finish at the rim. These are things we knew going into the draft, and he still was known as a top 10 pick, even with all these deficiencies and all these flaws. Another thing that a lot of people didn't say, or they felt like it, but didn't say it, or they did, is Coby White, do he really look like a franchise-changing point guard? I think that's one of the biggest questions on Coby White's career is, can he become a starter on a championship team? And we've seen how he played in college, and it was successful, but it only worked for so much and for so long before they eventually had loss. And when I look at him in Chicago, they have a lot of young talent, um, and they do have a coach that doesn't utilize and put them in the right situations, even though they can still make it to the playoffs, just because the East is so okay in the middle and the end. At the end of the day, they still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. But Coby White, when you're drafting somebody in the top 7, I don't think you're looking for just a role player. That's just a little too high, just for a guy that don't have a potential to be better than a role player. Even though this draft hasn't really been known for having superstars in it coming into the draft and coming into the college season, Coby White, he shined among a lot of great players that had a little bit more upside to him. That's another reason I'm a little surprised that Chicago went with him, just because they have a point guard right now. They picked up Thomas Satoransky. They picked up Chris Dunn in the trade with Jimmy Butler, and we knew that he was going to get minutes. And for them to get a guy like Coby White was kind of good when you look at the bench part of it, just because he does give you a spark and that injection when he gets to the court. And he has been fun to watch. I loved him in October a lot as he was figuring out things in the NBA. He was really able to just find his niche and do what he's best at doing. And that just creating chaos. The guy just always moving, always running, always pushing, and he can really just put a lot of pressure on the defense just because you have to guard him. If not, he's gonna create something, and whether that's good or bad, it depends on how it plays out. But this guy is always moving, and it makes the defense has to focus in. 1 minute he's backdoor cutting, 1 minute he's getting the ball and going right to the rim, and 1 minute he's coming off a screen. He's just always go, 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 go. And I feel like Phoenix needed something like that. When you look at their starting point guard, Rubio is a better player right now than Coby White. But if Coby White can learn how to be a solid defender, because he does have the size advantage at that point guard position at being 6'4", 195, and the fact that he is mobile, I feel like he can be a difference maker on the basketball court just because he is always putting consistent pressure on the defense, and they have to react, they have to collapse, they have to move and stop the ball. And that opens up a lot of opportunities for his teammates to really get easy opportunities and shots. And I think that that's very, very important at the end of the day if you want to be successful in the NBA. And right now, Coby White ain't having the best career start, but he's showing that he can be a capable 3-point shooter at the NBA level, at the NBA range. And that's something that a lot of people wanted to see. They thought he could do it, but he so far has, in this entire season, has been a decent 3-point shooter, even off the dribble. And that's one positive sign about this season right now for Coby White is the fact that he does have a skill set and he does have a move that can work. Even his little step back, throw it up three, it has worked so far in the NBA, and that's one of his go-to moves. And that's a shot that has consistently failed for him to a certain extent this season. And he still relies on that, and it did translate so far to the NBA. He's not the greatest three-point shooter, but for the minutes he gets and the opportunity he has, he does take full advantage of coming out there and making his impact known. And what I mean by that is he does go out there and contribute. And if you don't have a starter position, you still want an asset and you still want a person that can come in and contribute at the worst. And like I said, Chicago, this is a team that's stacked and stacked with young talent and veterans. It is just good to have somebody else to add some flair to the lineups that you can put out there. And one other thing I like about Coby White, he has the potential to guard two guards just because he is 6'4", 195. He's not going to be able to guard all of them, but he still has that chance to have upside in that area to be a solid defender, even if it means guarding some guys that's a little taller in the same weight or the same height as him. And that just gives you a little bit more versatility. It is guys like CJ McCollum and Donovan Mitchell that's a little undersized for the position. You even got guys like Bradley Beal that's around the same height as Coby White, too. So it's not like you don't want him to guard those guys because they are superior offensive players, so they're gonna torch basically everybody that guards them anyway. But I can see Coby White having upside as a offensive player and also as a defensive player. Even though he wasn't drafted for his defense, you never really know. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of wanting, a lot of desire to be a defensive player, and I haven't seen him do that yet. But I also do see him being a little active when he can. So at the end of the day, Coby White doesn't scream franchise changer. He doesn't scream all star. He doesn't scream franchise point guard, but he does look like a guy you can depend on when it comes to the future. He's a guy that can come in and get you buckets, can come in and cause a little chaos and a little havoc, and he is a guy that can be an improved passer. If his offensive game continues to develop and his jump shot continues to get better, and his decision making and seeing the floor increase, he can really be a special player. But his ability to have tunnel vision and not be a great passer is one of the hardest reasons why it's hard to give him that point guard position because he's not a great decision maker and he doesn't see the floor well enough to make that much of an offensive difference as being a player, as a passer and a playmaker. He's more of a guy that you can just get the ball to and he can create something offensively when it comes to scoring. He isn't the passer, he isn't the playmaker, he isn't the decision maker that he needs to be right now to be a starting point guard in this league. He doesn't make his teammates better either, in my personal opinion, just because he don't see the floor well enough and he's just not a great enough decision maker. And you can also make an argument that he doesn't make his teammates better at this current point of time in his career. But at the end of the day, Coby White is only 19 years old. He doesn't turn 20 until February 16th. So they knew a lot of these things. We knew a lot of these things going into his rookie year, and they have shined so brightly. But every player is flawed. Every player has deficiencies, and I feel like Coby White, through basketball IQ and through playing games, I hopefully he can really make those minor changes with his vision, with his handling of the ball, with getting better as a shooter. Those things come the more you play basketball. Those things come the more you go out there and practice and watch the footage and you put in the work in the gym. And those things, if they pan out, he can be a 15, 16, 17 point scorer, but he also can possibly be a 5 to 6 assist guy in a possible future. Will he be a 20-point scorer? I could see it if his jump shot and his finishing ability increase a lot, which is possible because he has the ability to get to the rim. He has the ability to get his first step, even with screens. And if he can just knock down more layups and more pull ups and more floaters, he can easily be a 20-point scorer in the league. I just got to see those things improve before I say it, but he does have that potential because I've been watching Coby White all year. And he has the ability to get to his spots. It's just about finishing those opportunities. And if he does that, his efficiency will go up, his free throws will go up, and that will raise his scoring total up. And the more you do have the ball in your hand, the more opportunity, the more chances you have of making passes and getting assists. So I can't see him being a 5 to 6 assist guy. If he gets major minutes and get major usage, it's going to naturally just happen because that's just how the game of basketball is. But let me know what you guys think about Coby White. Will he be a bust? Will he be a franchise player? Will he be an all-star? Will he just be a six man in his entire career? Or can he really become a superstar, even if it's with the Chicago Bulls or not? Whatever you feel in the comment section, let me know. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think so far about Coby White.